Hi everyone, Crypto Carlos Fandango here again. This isn't the video that I wanted to make this weekend. I was hoping that I was going to have some bits and pieces arrive by post and I would be able to show you some low wattage options for running USB 3 drives, but unfortunately not all the pieces have come yet. So instead, an update of what I'm doing with the 4 ReadyNAS 2100s that are going here. Now you may remember from a previous video I was waiting on a 6 terabyte drive to finish this top unit here. That's finally arrived, so that's gone into the unit and replaced the 3 terabyte that was in there, and that 3 terabyte is moved down to the empty slot in this second one from the bottom. So that means we've got full complement of drives in all units. But what that's enabled me to do now is I've been able to copy off data from the NAS unit here at the bottom off onto a 10 terabyte drive that I've got running on USB 3, freeing it up, and I've been able to reconfigure it. Now originally, and I've probably said this in previous videos, my plan was to get off of RAID 5 and move to JBOD configuration. Well, to my surprise, ReadyNAS 2100s running on OS6 don't support JBOD. The minimum I was able to go down to was RAID 0, so unfortunately that means that the data is being striped across the volume of 4 drives here that I've got in here, but it is giving me that extra disk capacity. I think it's just over 10 terabyte in this one here. That's got 4 3 terabyte drives in, so 10 terabyte of space, so better than the RAID 5 option, but obviously no redundancy. And yes, if one of the drives fails, it's gone, the data's gone that's on it, and also any other data that's been striped from the other drives. So we'll have to deal with that if that happens, but I want to get this as efficient as possible by getting as maximum drive space as I can in each unit. So that's going on at the moment. What I'm now doing is moving data from another NAS onto that 10 terabyte 2100 here, freeing up that so that I can reconfigure that RAID 0, and then that'll give me enough room to move the data down from the top one and configure that as RAID 0, and then finally this big one that's got the 8 terabyte drives in will move up onto this top NAS, and then I'll be left with around about 20-21 terabyte on that unit free, ready to plot to. So it's going to be a worthwhile operation. You know, I've hardly any investment involved, but extra disk capacity for plotting. Okay, so that's what's going on there. Just take you up here and we can have a look at what we've currently got. So here are the 4 units in the data cabinet, the 4 NAS drives. So you can see there's data copying operations in progress, and it is very slow, very slow. Obviously you're dealing with 60-70 plots. Moving them 10 at a time takes hours, and these other 3 here that are looking really full are my currently 3 USB drives, and there's going to be a lot of expansion in that area because it's looking pretty good. So I've got one 10 terabyte drive running under USB 3, and I'm really happy with how things are going with that. I've got one 2 terabyte drive and one 1 terabyte drive. So the idea is that I'm going to expand more 10 terabyte drives, get rid of the 2 and the 1, and plot to these as well, and we'll see how they perform alongside the data cabinet with regards the potential for winning blocks. But what I want to just show you, if I move just down here, is the watt meter. So this is how many watts the 10 terabyte drive is pulling via USB 3. It fluctuates between 5.8, 6.1, which is amazing, because if you do some calculations on the NAS drives, we're talking between 16 and 20 watts on average out of that whole cabinet. Now that does take the power for the switch and the UPS as well, but so looking very efficient on USB 3. The only thing is, are these USB 3 options going to be only suitable for harvesting, or have they got the potential to win blocks much the same as the data cabinet can? And only time will tell with that. This is another thing I want to show you. here. This is a 3D printed cage that I've just got that holds four 3.5 inch SATA drives, and they can mount in, and you can mount a fan on the front as well for cooling, which I've attempted to do, but I need to find some more suitable screws for it. So that's going to be another option. And if I just unplug it from the back to show you, this is how I intend for them to work. So this is a USB 3 SATA interface. So that plugs in the back of the drive, this end into your USB 3 port, and what I'm waiting for is the power for these. There's a, I think it's a, I can't remember now, 5 volt I think power supply unit coming for this. So once I've got that, this will power and handle the data for a SATA drive. This, as it stands without the power, can work off of a 2.5 SATA drive. It doesn't need additional power apparently, but very reasonable. I made the mistake of buying it without the power pack. The power pack with this, around about £10–11 on eBay. So it'll be interesting to see if this works, what the performance is like, and if it's going to be a suitable option for driving the 4 discs I intend to put in this new 3D printed cage. And I have been looking at other options as well for mounting drives in, but this was a fairly sort of cheap option. It is a little bit flimsy. It'll get a bit more strength once it's got more drives in it, but it just means it's going to take up less space than these external USB 3 drive cases that I've got here. So that's just a quick update of what's going on. As I say, I'll do some more videos when I get the power unit for that SATA USB 3 interface, and we can see what the performance is like on that and how much watts that's pulling. I would imagine it'll be very similar to the USB 3 hard drive enclosures. Anyway, I'll leave it there for now. Please subscribe and hit the bell notification icon if you want to know when I put that next video up, and give this one a thumbs up if you enjoyed just having a look at what's going on currently. And I'll see you next time.